Hey everybody, welcome back to the Spin Arc. I'm here with the boys, PD and Kyle. Say what's up, gents.
What's going on?
Ready to rock. Today we're talking about the sneak peek that Superman gave us.
We're doing it as a group. We didn't have Mars with us when we did it the first time, so we're doing it as a group as ENS.
And somebody's going to play nice, right?
Right.
I'm always nice.
Let's do it.
Yeah, we're in person. Don't forget. You're that close.
Since you weren't with us and we talked about it, it should be you first.
I am totally excited about this. This makes, compared to what we saw with Fantastic Four, which made me want to cry, this one makes me excited. I'm like, let's go and watch this show. You know, Crypto is fun-loving, exciting. You know, we have Superman. You know, who shows.
I'm sorry, he didn't go. He didn't go on the other ones. We gotta let him go.
Who shows his human connection. You know, I mean, we do know we have questions about his identity card in the United States now, but you know, other than that, I mean, it just looks an exciting show.
If they're deporting hairdressers, they're definitely going to deport Kryptonians. So.
You know, but overall, I mean, I can't. Like I said, if there's a movie I want to see this summer, this is it. Okay. Mission Impossible is a close number 2.
That is the first genuine thing, okay, that you have said. Everything else has been like, no, I know this dude, but right over there, yes, I'm happy to hear you say that. That you genuinely are interested in.
Yeah, I mean, it's just bringing. It just makes me feel, you know, this is something that they're bringing back to what Superman is, right? Trying to get the kids back in, trying to get people to have fun and enjoy themselves, almost like a Spider-Man, you know, movie.
There's a lot of aspects of for me, I felt that they had run away from a lot of the aspects of Superman for decades, and that, you know, I've said this before. DC's approach to Superman was always like, oh, you can. They when they sold the rights to the Salkins, they were like, oh, free money. They did not think they could produce this series. You know, they loved getting the money for it, but they were like, no, this guy's just, you know, look at the stuff he's doing in these comics. You can't do this. And then when they did it, they were like, oh, wow, it actually could be done. But they should have been the first people trying to get this done, not an outside entity. This is, it's taken so long.
There's some doubt in you.
You have doubt in this?
There's some doubt in you.
What confounds me is it's taken, and when I say DC, I'm just saying like the ownership, because it's really Warner Brothers who does the films. But it's taken them so long to get to this point. We're like, how many films did you guys make? And we never saw any of this type of stuff. Okay, everything was so light. You know, it was always like this reluctance that, you know, people weren't going to be able to get it. And the sense of wonder, okay, the sense of wonder, which is a part of Superman, which you're supposed to be going in and experiencing and coming out with, they ran away with that. I mean, the last Man of Steel was a complete surrender to the fact, oh no, we got to make this guy more modern. How do we do it? Snap! There we go. So there's your modern age. You know, so now when I'm looking at this right over here, I'm like, okay, cool. For the first time in decades, it looks like, hey, why don't we just tell the Superman story? Why don't we just do that, see how the audience feels about it?
And they got a good Lex Luthor.
He's got the look.
Well, I would say like this. One of the things that I was struggling with is the sun magnification thing and the crypto thing, but you already handled the idea of that talk. But when you look at it, one of the things I finally figured it out, and don't kill me for saying this, right? Because Superman is kind of laid out and they're carrying him, they have the big wide shot, and it feels like the Neal Adams moment. So we feel like when they're in the Kryptonian.
That's a good catch, by the way. That was a good catch.
But they're going further. So it feels like we have like All-Star Superman feel when they're with the robots, but then it's like All-Star Superman meets like Batman Odyssey, that kind of extreme, weird action that Neal Adams was doing when he was writing his own story. It's like a little too extreme for me having him actually go through the sun, but you using the description of them going for what they think is a really cool thing, which is not really Superman or not really Kryptonian. But it's a visual. But it feels like the Neal Adams thing where I'm putting the gun to Batman's face, like that type of stuff. Where it's like I can't think of anything in the Coming of the Superman, but I'm pretty sure there was some more extreme.
He was a lot more restrained in the Because you can't put a gun to Superman's head,
So-
so you can do that type
So
of stuff. But I totally get. If you read Batman Odyssey, then yeah, you can understand. I mean, the stuff that he was doing there was just like, hey, why not? Huh?
Yeah, he really pushed the extreme and the violence
Well,
of
when
it.
that cover, when you just see like Batman's got his arm and the bullet going right through, it's
Yeah.
like, well, story's over, right? He's not doing anything else for the rest of this.
And the idea that if Batman gets shot, he has some sort of blood sort of thing, but he's protected at the same time. But that's why I would say the best way to describe it, kind of that aspect. I don't know if the whole movie's like that. It's kind of a Superman Odyssey thing, or added that Neal Adams thing. But the shot of Superman in Superman Muhammad Ali when he gets knocked out as a kid, that was a very tough thing to see, and it was on one of the most graphic things as a kid, even though there was tons of more graphic stuff.
Yeah.
That kind of was like, so it feels like you're getting that aspect of having and visualizing him getting beat and thrown to the side, and then them carrying him off. But then
I also like, because the other understanding with a lot of the readers is like, oh, he doesn't do this stuff, or he's got the Fortress of Solitude, and he's not he's got all this tech, all this like literally light years advanced tech at the Fortress of Solitude. We never see him use it, So at the very least this time, okay, he has help in the form of these robots. He's got this tech where he can come over here to relieve this particular situation. So those aspects I like. The other stuff is just the approach that they want Superman to be. Oh, good grief! They want this is where they really are. They want him to be human. Okay, they would love for him to be human. He's just a human being with the superpowers. That would be the easiest thing for them. So we want to see him get beat up. We want to see him get bloodied, like, your favorite guy at the end of the day. See, look how much you can take. Look how much you can take it at the end of the day. That's not really his character because, we stop and we're always like, well, what the hell happened? He's Superman, right? Why is he all beat up and bloody? And then if you're following along with actual Superman history, these sorts of things shouldn't bother him. We saw him get hit with a nuclear weapon in what was it, Batman v Superman, and there was no he just charged back up.
But why is Gunn doing that? Why do you think Gunn is doing that?
It's the same thing because the approach to being human, okay, for a character like Superman is to show, oh look, he can suffer, he can bleed, he has to scream. Those are the things, not morality, not kindness, not compassion. Those things, no. In order to show, oh, he's like he's a human character, to get these human moments, we got to show that this guy can get beat up. That's been their approach, and that hasn't stopped here either. It hasn't stopped. With Batman, it's usually different. When we see Batman, what was the Batman with the Matt Reeves movie? Is it Matt Reeves? Mm-hmm. The Matt Reeves movie. Where was the point where he showed his most humanity? When he's got the kid and he's walking out and everybody's leaving. When he's led everybody and he's realized, no, Gotham City is not buildings. Gotham City is the people. Okay, so when he does those moments, Superman does that all the time. Mm-hmm. He does that all the time, and so it becomes, well, the shift is like, okay, we got to go over and see you get his ass handed to him, and that's the human moment, and you're like, no, not really. At the end of the day, but that's what they keep going. That's what they keep going for. Here, I'll be honest. If Crypto wasn't in that scene, I probably would have been pissed off. I'll be like, this is how you're going to start at the end of the day. But I was just reading. They have this Summer of Superman special that just came out.
Yeah.
And no lie, I'm reading through it, and there's a scene where he's Superboy again, and he's changing the Superboy, and he's fighting. Well, Validus from Legion of Superheroes on the what is it? Is it the Frightful Five?
Yeah.
So he's fighting Validus, and so before he fights, he whistles out. And he whistles. As soon as he whistles, before I even turned the page, I screamed out "Crypto!" And when I turned the page, Crypto was right there. Mm-hmm. So I'm a big fan. I love those particular elements. So that was a big saving grace for me right here, to get him in. I still don't particularly care for those scenes because they keep leaning back on the same. And if the audience reacts to it, then we're going to get more of it. Look, let's break some more bones. Let's break some more bones.
But if that brings the audience into like Superman, what's wrong with that? If that brings,
because that's not his character.
But I'm saying
his character should not be that we have to see him. It's not Superman the animated series where you got to see him get jacked up every episode.
I'm just saying that you want people to like Superman, and one of the things that we have to admit, mm-hmm. that Superman has fallen way down the list of popular superheroes. Okay, and so because of
on
that,
your list maybe,
and because of that, James Gunn, has to do these type of things to bring about the character to make more people.
I knew it wouldn't last. I knew it.
What do you mean? I'm being real nice for Superman Day, so don't stop. Okay.
We don't like Superman because he can get his bones broken. We
No,
like
he's
Superman
just
because he's good.
We like Superman because he's showing his humanity, and that's the most important thing. And he connects with us, right?
okay,
we all
well-
connect with Batman because he has that inside
Here we
every one of
go.
us. There's a Batman waiting to get out.
What the hell does that mean?
But that's a whole other issue. It's not Batman Day, and we'll delve into that in another day. But here, Superman, I
I
think
won't
that.
be here for that day.
What I'm saying here, I think that this is it's just a really good piece of work that James Gunn seems to have done. And if this is not the #1 movie of the summer, the fact that he's coming out with the trailers, he's coming out with the featurette, he's has Superman Day, which is supposed to be in June, but it's happening in April.
No,
you know,
this
so
is today. Actually, the day we're doing the
Today
show
is
is Superman Day.
I'm not going to disagree
I already
today.
I already explained this. There's 3 different dates. There's 3 different dates when you. But there's the copyright date, okay. There's the actual publication date, okay, and then there's a third one. There's a April date, there's a May date, and there's a June date. But today, April 18th, is officially Superman Day.
And going forward, James Gunn has instituted this. So that once again, we have to talk to James. And James, remember, the resumes are in. You know, keep up the good work.
I have to give him I have to give all hands that were a part of this a lot of credit because Superman Day is every year, and this is the first year where they actually did anything.
Yeah.
I mean, normal Batman Day, sure, they have they publicize it. Oh, it's Batman Day. Here's some comic books. They're always reprints. They put different covers on them, but they do such. And Superman Day, they usually send out a tweet. They send out a tweet on X. Hey, Superman Day, and that's pretty much the end of it. They don't publicize it and they don't push it. So it's a self-fulfilling prophecy as to why it's not very successful. Batman Day, I've always seen, but this is between the specials, Superman Day actually meaning something, the featurettes, there has been a sizable push on with the materials that they're pushing forth in terms of the media. And I even have to say, when I'm looking at the YouTube channels, they've really shifted towards a more positive tone, which I found to be surprising because I was looking at this and I was like, okay, these are like the same things we would say when they say, oh, here's the extended footage for this movie. It's like, but all the bad stuff is still there, right? All the stuff that you didn't like before is still there. This one, they expanded on the guys like, I like it. I actually like it. I like these particular things. So then I have to, okay, I hope everybody's being genuine. I really do. But they've done a very good job of promoting Superman, which normally they just don't do. Normally they don't.
So I'm going to say this, and I know it's Superman Day, but
Oh God.
the very fact that it's almost catching up to Thunderbolts, what can I say?
What do you mean catching
Yeah,
up?
what do you mean?
In terms of me going to,
Want to see it?
yeah.
Okay.
If you told me I would go see a Superman movie, I would have said you're out of your frigging mind.
I'm
but
I'm
surprised you're going to
open
see Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts is
Are
going to
you
be pretty good.
going
The
to the
biggest
Superman movie because of a certain somebody? Like a
No, I'm going to Superman movie because the trailers have been really good so far. James Gunn has done a great job.
Good. Yeah, you caught it. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, okay.
No, I just said
Hi. Don't worry, we got him in line here.
So, that's why I'm going to go see it.
I don't know. I'm sitting out the Thunderbolts. I just still can't get over. That is not Contessa de Allegro de Fontaine. I'm just sorry. That's not her. That's not her. Even though I have no problem with Julie Louis-Dreyfus, but if you've seen what the Contessa looks like in the comic, you'll understand that is.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. So hey, any more?
No, I think it's the only thing that changed from Superman Legacy to Superman, and I think that was a good choice to do. And they hadn't actually just had the name Superman. They had Superman the movie, 2, 3, and 4, Man of Steel, Superman Returns. So you can just do Superman.
Okay. Anything else? I'll give you the final word, Kyle.
I think we're gonna get one more trailer, and that'll be the final trailer, and then we'll go off to it. They're even doing a promotion in Cleveland, where that night that the film comes out, I don't know if it's the night it's July 23rd. That's going to be Superman night, and they're actually having these exclusive Metropolis Meteors T-shirts made just for that. So I'm already on the hunt for that to make certain that I get those. But
Cleveland, of all the cities,
because that's where they filmed. That's what they filmed.
Wow.
That's what they did the filming for the Metropolis Meteors scene with the baseball stadium that they used. Was a baseball stadium in Cleveland. It might be the Cleveland Indians. What do they call them now? The Cleveland.
I don't know.
I don't know. They changed their name to something. But they're doing that. The promotion is good, And these things, I think, look, these things are very important towards having a successful film. This is a very big difference from Man of Steel and what I'm seeing here, where Man of Steel was, look, we got to make this film or we lose the rights. So, as I've said before, this time it's for the money. Superman, it's for the money. And this one where, look, no, we're really trying to make a good product. We want to make something that the audience is going to enjoy. We feel good about it. We're positive behind it. We want you to come and see it, have a good time with it. Totally different energy with this one than with future films. And everybody here knows how angry I was with Man of Steel, Batman v Superman. Totally different energy with the way that they're going about now. Very happy. I hope it's successful. But I really do hope they continue with this. Keep pushing. Get people to come out, and you'll probably get the numbers that you're looking for.
But I'll ask you one other question. I said that when we talked last, I had the issue with the Justice League or whatever version of Justice League they're having it. For me, it's too many characters. Is it too many characters for you?
You mean with Guy Gardner, Hawkgirl, and Metamorpho,
and
Mr. Terrific.
Mr. Terrific.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I need to know. Yes.
They're all minor. They're all minor characters, to be quite honest. At the end of the day, and I do have to ask, well, why are they here? I could make the argument, well, that's just the way that they do these films now. There's always these extra characters that they're doing all this world building. However, this is the first Superman film, for this new universe that they're creating, and I don't want to see any time taken away from him with another character. So, if it was up to me, these guys wouldn't even get a cameo, them flying across in the air. But again, not my film to make. But I can't think of the last time we saw a superhero movie where it was the superhero, one villain, and the story was going to proceed from that. I think they haven't done that since Batman 1989, because even with Batman Returns, we got two villains.
Yeah.
And they've just been doing that sort of stuff, going forward. But yeah, I think I'm hoping that it's managed well, but I don't think we need to see all these extra characters, and they're not Superman-related characters either. Who I would have had not a problem if they had snuck him into the film would have been Black Lightning, who actually lives in Metropolis, and there's almost no connection between him and Superman at all. Where Black Lightning lives in Metropolis, but he's over in Suicide Slum. And these two guys, Black Lightning is like floating on the lightning this way, these guys never interact. Never. So I wouldn't have had a problem if he had been in the film, as opposed to, say, Mr. Terrific.
But do you actually want thunder in there? You want chocolate thunder in...
You're just trying to make me say that ass, right? No.
Okay, I think. Well, thank you very much for watching, everybody. If you like what you see, thumbs up, comment, subscribe. Spin Rack out.
Out.